All right, today I'm going to practice a couple of homework problems with you, and then I'm going to let you work for the remainder of class to finish the assignment. If you finish, there will be a link in Schoology for you to click on to complete. But for right now, we're working on this paper, and we're going to get this done first. If you don't finish this, it is homework. However, you should be able to finish before you leave class today. If you finish before you leave class, please turn this in before you go. All right, I'm going to only do 2 or 3 with you. So let's start by looking at number 1. It says circle all terms that describe each relationship. Use the function roadmap, the star graph paper, and calculator to help you determine the answers. So all of those should be available if you need them. So first of all, let's look if it's a function. Remember, functions are only X's are important and they cannot repeat. Now I see a 3 and a 5 and a 3 and a 5, but these are positive, those are negative. So we're okay with that. So it is a function. Linear, remember linear is delta y over delta x. So let's check it. So 0 to negative 4 was minus 4. Negative 5 to negative 3 is plus 2. Negative 4 divided by 2 gave me negative 2. So let's see if the other rows give me the same thing. Negative 4 to 0 is plus 4. 3 to 1 is plus 2. Positive 4 divided by positive 2 gives me a positive 2. So therefore, I already have something a little different. Let's keep trying. If I go from 0 to 32, that's plus 32. If I go from negative 1 to 3, that's plus 4. 32 divided by 4 gives me 8. So even if I had made a mistake on positive negative, I can see here that it gives me a completely different number. Therefore, it is not linear. And if it's not linear, it cannot be proportional, so I do not even have to check it. So if it's not a function, cannot be any of those. In this case, it was a function, so we had to move down the list and check linear. I did that by finding rate of change, delta y over delta x. If they're all the same, then you're going to move on and check proportionality, which is just taking your y value divided by your x value. But I didn't need to do that because I knew right away it wasn't linear, because when I divided here, it did not equal the same thing. All right. Looking at number 3, just kind of skipping to number 3, I can look at this and I see it's written in a y equals kx or y equals mx plus b notation, so it is a function. It has a coefficient of 2/3. That is my delta y over delta x, so therefore it is linear. I don't see anything being added or subtracted on the end, so therefore it is proportional. So this one was pretty simple. All right, let's skip to number 7. Function. Remember, to be a function on a graph, you have to pass the vertical line test. So if I put my pencil down, or if I drew a bunch of vertical lines, would it pass? In this case, as I draw vertical lines, there's no spot where my line would touch this black line more than one time. So it is a function. Linear, well, linear has the word line in it. Is this black thing, is it a straight line? No. So therefore it's not linear. So I do not even have to check if it's proportional, because if it's not linear, it's not proportional. All right, last one I'm going to do with you. The cost of ordering concert tickets, each ticket is $50 and a processing fee of $20 is added per order. So is it a function? Well, yeah, because if each ticket's $50, I'm going to multiply 50 times how many tickets I buy and then add the fees on at the end. So yeah, it's a function. If I were to make a table, like an XY table, And I said, if I bought one ticket, be what, $50 and a processing fee, so it'd be 70. If I bought 2 tickets, that's 50 times 2 plus your fee. I could definitely make a table and determine if it has a constant rate of change. In this case, I can just tell you that I know it does because of the way it's worded in the problem. It's like ordering pizzas. And proportional. I know if it's proportional right here, because one, it says I have a fee, and then it says it's added. So when I write that equation out, I'm going to end up adding something on at the end. I'm going to add on a $20. So I know it is not proportional because I have to add. So for the remainder of this paper, the front and the back, I need you to determine, is it a function, linear, or is it proportional? Make sure to show your work. I showed work here. I showed work by notating vertical line. I underlined, circled keywords. You have to do the same thing. You have to show your work. Just turning in this in with circles is not going to work. So make sure you show your work. This really should be done before the end of class. If you finish, turn it in. If you don't finish, it will be due on Monday.